What's going on YouTube? Johnny here, back with another video for you guys today. As always, hope everyone's been doing well and you had a great week. Today's video, we're following the dessert trend lately that's been here on the channel and we're making another one of my favorite desserts. It's butter mochi. So with that being said, let's get into it. And I'm really looking forward to today's video because growing up, I would eat butter mochi a lot at my aunt's house and my grandma's house in Hawaii. So up first for the ingredients, we have our mochiko sweet rice flour. And mochiko is a Japanese sweet, but with the butter mochi, that's oftentimes like the local infusion with the Japanese culture. And in Hawaii, it's kind of like a melting pot. There's a lot of cultural influence with the cuisine and many different things, but a lot of the food is kind of intertwined and they do a bunch of mixtures with, local to one spot and then local to Hawaii, and they kind of infuse it. So butter mochi, again, is kind of like more of a local twist type of thing. But in this bowl, we have our sugar and baking powder. And then we have our coconut milk. We have our eggs and vanilla in this bowl, and then we have our evaporated milk right here. And those are the ingredients for today's video. And then lastly, we have also the pan or the tray that we have already greased with butter and lined with everything. And then also, thank you, cameraman, off to the side over here, because I was getting a little bit distracted, we went ahead and melted our butter, so we got a head start on that, one less thing to worry about. And I forgot to mention in the last clip, a really popular dish in Hawaii is mochiko chicken, and that's kind of just, I don't want to say it's a batter, but it's more of like a marinade slash batter kind of thing. But it's a really good chicken dish, and that also just created the idea of doing that here on the channel one day. So that'll definitely be in the video or a video sometime in the future, so excited for that one as well. But first we'll start on the dry ingredients, so we'll keep that separate from the wet, and we'll just dump the entire thing of mochiko sweet rice flour into the bowl. All right, and then we have the sugar and baking powder. And then what we'll do is we'll just give that a light little mix just so that gets incorporated. Alrighty, so then now for the wet ingredients, I'll first add the butter and have the spatula to make sure that we don't leave any of that behind. All right, and then the eggs and vanilla. And what I'll do right now is I'll just give that a little stir around so that way I can just break up the egg yolks really easily, because if I add a lot of the ingredients in there, it could lead to a giant mess of trying to make sure that you break the yolks and it spills out of the bowl. So playing it safe here with this video. So then now that's mixed around. So then right here we have our coconut milk. And then we'll just get everything out with that as well. And then we have our evaporated milk that we'll add in. And as you can see a little bit, as I was saying when I first added the eggs in, it's close to the top, so you don't want to create a mess. And it's adding the evaporated milk and the coconut milk does make it a little bit thicker, so it is kind of hard to really get in there and break up the yolks if you were to try to do that now. So I just prefer to do that in the beginning. So then now what we'll do is add the wet ingredients into the dry. All right, so then now we'll just whisk that all together, make sure we get a nice even mixture throughout, and then you just incorporate everything. And if you guys know by now on this channel, I'm all for 1, easy desserts, and then 2, that they taste great as well. So then after we mix this together, all we'll do is just put this in the pan, set that in the oven for about 50 minutes, but you want to check around, I like to check around 40 to 45 minutes, sometimes even before. I just check an eye on that, keep an eye on that. And then that's it. So I'll go ahead and continue to mix this together. As you can see, it's slowly starting to incorporate, and then we'll see you in the next bit. All right, so here's the consistency that you want to look for, and I'll give it a little shake around so that way you can see you don't want any lumps in there. So then what you'll do is just pour that out. Got to handle safety. Don't want to drop it.
No.
Don't want to drop it. Wouldn't be good. And another helpful hint, what you want to do after you pour everything out of the bowl is you just want to kind of drop it a couple of times like that, and that way it can really help even it out and get rid of any air bubbles that possibly may be in there. Maybe one more. There you go. For the sake of the video, And then what we'll do is put that in the oven, and the oven is set at 375, and again, around 50 minutes, but we'll just continue to track that and keep an eye on it to make sure that we're looking good. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's in the oven, ready to go. and we'll wait for it to be ready to go, and then we'll see you then. All right, well, it's not the best news here, but it's, I don't know what went wrong, but the dessert is completely botched. Even when it was baking in the oven, you could see the butter. It was almost like a soup just boiling of just butter. And cameraman and I were thinking that was weird. So then we took it out, and then we did some sample pieces, but it's just super rich. And even like, I just wanted to get a whole new piece because it's like just straight grease on my fingers, and that's never happened before, and it's not supposed to be like that. So you know, it's a little bit, not a little bit, it is a failure of a dessert, but that's all right. It's not always wins, and it's about how you bounce back. So we'll go ahead and we'll definitely get a redemption video of Butter Mochi, and we'll have that published for you guys, or posted. And yeah, unfortunately this one was a fail, but on to the next one. I'll see you guys in that video. And we are back. It is just under a week. It is the Saturday before Sunday, which would make it a week from when we had that mishap last weekend. So this is the redemption video. And here we go. As you can see, I don't know why I didn't. It's been a long day. So when we're filming this is the same day of my 10K race event that I had. And I filmed that this morning. I don't know when I'll publish that video. Maybe during the week, or maybe on another weekend, we'll see. So you're gonna have to bear with me. Woke up at 5:30 and had that race at 7:30 this morning. But race went well, as you guys will see in that video. But back to the mochi, this is what we're looking like. Way better than last time. And even when it was in the oven baking, it wasn't like that soup of the butter just boiling, and you can see how much it actually rose while it was baking in the oven. So this is way better, and I'm not including the steps to make it again. It is the same exact steps as what you'll see in the build up to the failed mochi. But I don't know, talking to the cameraman, we're thinking maybe it could have been the baking powder. Maybe we buttered the inside of the tray too much instead of using the actual spray. Could have been a couple of those things, so just be mindful of that. But same exact steps that lead us to the wonderful dessert. So that is long story long, not long story short, because I've been rambling on for a little minute. But yeah, here we go. So we'll let that cool off for about an hour or so, and then we can go ahead and enjoy our butter mochi, because this has been over more than a week of anticipation. So looking forward to it. And when I say over more than a week of anticipation, I mean because we had the idea for the video beforehand, and then we had to wait an entire week after the mishap. So there we go. And it is time. So here we go. So the piece that I'll get, something like this. And with this dessert, it's kind of the best of both worlds. You get a little bit of chewy, but you also get a little bit of a crunch from the edges of it as well. So let me just do this without completely destroying it. There we go. Yeah, this is, right? World of difference from the other one.
Yeah.
But hold on a minute. I take care of my employees. Half for me, half for cameraman. But this is our piece, what we're looking like. There it is. Cheers.
Cheers.
And like I said, you get a little bit of the crunch. Cameraman's already eating. But you get a little bit of the crunch from the edge, but then you get the soft and gooey in the middle. So good.
Much better.
And creativity goes a long way in this kitchen. Here we go. Got the mochi ball. Alright guys, and that concludes today's video. As always, thank you so much for stopping by, tuning in, and supporting me on the channel. I hope you enjoyed today's video. As I said, it's one of my favorite desserts to make. It's both chewy and crunchy, so you kind of get the best of both worlds. And it's very easy to make, although we did have a hiccup in the video, but when it cooperates, it's, as you can see, it's very straightforward and pretty simple. But as always, again, hope you guys enjoy the video. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, and hit that notification button so you don't miss when I upload here on the channel. And let me know down in the comments below if you give this dessert a try. But other than that, take care, have a great rest of the weekend, upcoming week, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.